Hello everyone, it's Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and I am back with grocery sales and grocery deals and all the things for you. I'm so excited. We have a lot to talk about because I was gone for all of July and I really did miss these grocery hauls. But our family took a road trip. We were gone for 28 days and drove just over 8,000 miles. I think Andy said it was 8,015 was the final count. We hit 7 national parks. We went all the way from Indiana all the way out to Washington and Oregon and Northern California. Saw friends in Nevada, saw friends in Washington. We did a college reunion in Nebraska, saw Andy's family in Branson. Well, that's how we started. So we started in Branson, saw my sister and family in Arkansas, went over to reunion in Nebraska, and then headed out and did our family road trip. It was amazing. It was wonderful. We had a really good time. We got to go to Yellowstone again. I had been when I was a teenager, but my husband and kids had not. So that was their first time. We got to go to Glacier and Olympic and the Redwoods and Grand Tetons. I'm trying to remember where we did, Crater Lake. It was really a good time away. We really enjoyed it. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back in our own beds, and we are getting ready for school. Came home to an empty fridge, so obviously it was time to restock, and shop a lot. So I'm going to show you a bunch of things today. I have some deals, some sales. I made some mistakes because I guess I'm out of practice, but we're going to talk about all the things. So let's get to all the groceries. The other day, we're going to start with the grocery haul that I did. I went to Sam's because that's where I restock all our dairy, and Walmart, and I did a little bit at Kroger. So we're going to start there, and then I'll show you this week's Kroger deals, and I have quite the hodgepodge because yes, the fridge was empty. And honestly, the freezer's starting to look a little bare. We've kind of been eating through it throughout this summer. So let's talk deals. I have lots to show you. All right, lots of shopping. I took all the kids. We had some packages to return, and then we went to the library. We did Walmart, Kroger, and Sam's. So here is what we bought. We went to Kroger first because I wanted these apples. The sales for the week when we got back were just okay. I decided I was going to wait to do most of my shopping with the current sales, which I'll show you in a minute. But I did grab the 5 pounds of Pink Lady apples for $5 still. Upside down, but I grabbed 2 of those bags, $10, and that's all I grabbed at Kroger. Then we went into the library to return over to books and continued our shopping. Went to Sam's Club next, where yes, because we were out, I grabbed a rotisserie chicken at $5, and I've shown you this before. Oh, I sealed that. I always forget when I use the Instant Pot, it seals sometimes on the slow cooker function. But when I get my cooked chicken, I've learned to keep it in the slow cooker, and it just keeps it warm all day, and that's really handy then, so I can have it ready for dinner. Took care of dinner after a busy day of shopping. My daughter Emma, her lunchbox, we've been using these for years, and she is on year 4 of hers, but the latches broke, and I noticed these were on special, $12, which is an amazing price. We love these. Nathan is using his same one going on 6 years. I do hand wash them, but we really, really love these. I will leave a link below to the Amazon, which they run specials, but right now Sam's is the best deal for sure. And then I wanted to restock all our dairy and all sorts of things. Grab chips because $2.98, we were there for entertaining. Whipped cream, these are kind of our monthly purchases with pancakes, $2.98. They worked out to about $2.98 each. It's just under $9 for 3 of those. Cream cheese, it's $8 for 6 blocks, so that's an amazing deal. Grabbed one of those. String cheese, $10.28 now for 48 of those. Sweet cherries, 3 pounds. It worked out to $2.75 a pound, which was cheaper than Kroger price. So I grabbed them at Sam's. Glad I checked and compared those prices. Grabbed a container of turkey, just over $8 for the 1.5 pounds of lunch meat there. Eggs are starting to roll back, but they were cheaper to buy them at Sam's than Walmart. It was $3 a dozen or $6, so went ahead and grabbed them here. Grab some lettuce for $50, I think. And then, of course, yes, our standard sour cream and cottage cheese needed to restock. $5.24 for the Daisy, $4.68 for the cottage cheese. We use sour cream a lot, I know. It's a condiment of choice in our family, and we use it for baking, all sorts of things. So we use at least one of those a month, and then cottage cheese, we're going through at least 2 a month. So just restock that. They were out of the regular broccoli, but the organic was just 50 cents more at $5.12. So I went ahead and grabbed 2 pounds of that because it was washed and ready to go. So that was everything I restocked at Sam's. And then it was off to Walmart, where we did major school supply shopping and got a lot of things. But while I was there, I grabbed a couple groceries. Grabbed a half gallon of milk because I didn't want to buy a whole gallon this time. It was slightly more, right around $1.50, plus the starter to restart my crock pot yogurt. So I'm going to get that going. Excited to have yogurt again. Grab some floor cleaner back there, $4.68. Worcestershire, $1.12. Cornbread, we love the Fleischmann Simply Homemade, $2.08. More of the shells and mac and cheese here, 58 cents a box, but it's so good and it's so easy, and I have 4 kids and it's summer. So grab that. Restock some spaghetti noodles, 98 cents. I thought I was buying the mini chocolate chips. I paid $3.68 a bag, and the only reason I did it was because I thought they were the mini. I might return those because that's a lot to spend for regular chocolate chips, and I'm still really restocked. $2.68 for the, exchange. I might exchange those for the mini. We'll see if I can get back to Walmart to do that soon. The buns were $2.68. Toothpicks we were out of, I think around $1.50. Pudding for 98 to make an apple Snickers salad there. And then corn was 20 cents each. So I grabbed 15 ears for dinner coming up this week. So that's everything I bought here to start us out, refilling things. At Walmart, it was $32.71. At Sam's, for all of this produce and dairy, it was $95.90, and then the apples at Kroger were $10. So that is starting out my shopping, coming back with an empty fridge. It's good to be grocery shopping again. Okay, I have so many different things on this very full counter. I woke up early this morning and went shopping at Kroger before the kids were even up to get the deals so I could show you everything. Okay, this one was Kroger the other day because I realized all of a sudden we were having company over, and it's college students, and he had requested apple Snickers salad. And I didn't have whipped topping, so I ran to Kroger, grabbed that for $1.19. And then the sodas were $1.49. We don't really drink pop, but I do have it for when we host teachers once a month. So grabbed a couple of those there. Our garden, we came back to tons of zucchini. I've already made a double batch of zucchini bread from one zucchini. So yes, I have one we can cook and we'll eat for dinner, but the rest are pretty much going to be zucchini bread, I think, and getting it in the freezer there. I restocked applesauce cups at Amazon because they have been an amazing deal. I will leave a link to the Amazon grocery deals list below. And actually I have another one I'm going to show you in a second, but $1.37 each for these applesauce cups. And they're just unsweetened applesauce cups right here. So I stocked up, bought another 8 of those for school lunches to get us restocked. And then I stumbled across this. This was a markdown deal. And this was actually right before I left, but I didn't have time to show you. So it was a markdown deal. These organic applesauce pouches were $2.87 for 10 of them. I couldn't believe it. The one Kroger had all sorts of pouches clearanced, and it's just applesauce. My kids don't really love the blends, but you better believe I did grab all 5 of those this time because that was such a good deal. So I was absolutely thrilled about that. We use these normally when traveling, but at that price, I can probably stick a couple in lunch boxes. And then I forgot on the Sam's haul, I had bought this big bag of French fries. So just pulling it out, that was in the Sam's total from earlier. And now everything else is Kroger and the deals this week. The sales were okay. I wasn't overly thrilled with all of them, but I did find a couple things, obviously. We needed tortilla chips because we do nachos on Sunday evenings for a quick and easy dinner. They were 3 for $5. And this time it was actually cheaper to buy the smaller bags as compared to the larger bags. Always check price per ounce and compare. Sometimes it works out that way. The Siete grain-free chips, when you clip the digital coupon, are $2.99 this week. Bought those for friends when we have teachers over. I had 2 coupons for free bags of Doritos, any size. So yes, I grabbed the large one. The Croy was one of the weekly deals. Clipped the digital coupon and it was $2.99 right there. And then this was my goof. This was my goof here. I thought this was a good deal. It was a 4-pack of Kleenex and it was $4.99 this week. I thought it was just the weekly sale. Completely didn't think that I had to clip the digital coupon, so it came up at full price, and because I was shopping early, customer service was not back. It works out to $1.25 a box, so if you need tissues, this is a really good deal, especially with, I know a lot of school supply lists needing them right now. I am going to actually return it. I have tons of tissues, and rather than messing with the coupons, I will just return that next time. So I'm not going to include the Kleenex in the sale. Yes, I make mistakes too on these things. Customer service is really good. They would adjust. But just know that if you want to stock up, clip that digital coupon first. Our milk was $1.99 this week. Amazing. Grab 2 gallons there. And then our meat deal, and I know meat deals vary, but our meat deal was buy one, get one free. So instead of paying $4.49, it basically worked out to $2.25. Yes, I bought 10 packages of chicken. I tried to make sure they were pretty close in size and rang them up in pairs. And I am going to prep a lot of this for the freezer. I'm going to cook it and dice it for poppy seed chicken, and then I'll probably marinate some raw and put it with a marinade and stick it in the freezer for easy grilling. So since I had room in the budget, I definitely wanted to stock up on that. And then I got grapes, $1.99 for us. So that's what I got Kroger, but I did get 2 Amazon deals that have not arrived yet. I'm going to actually show you on the computer because these are really good deals. Okay, I don't normally do this, but this Scott toilet paper deal I just ordered because I had room in the budget. It was $25 for 32 rolls. And when you ordered 2, you got a $15 credit. So I subscribed and saved here. So that took the price down. I actually had an additional coupon the first time I did it, and I got a $15 credit. So it was an amazing deal because I basically paid right at $50, and then I got that bonus. The credit will come email. So it doesn't come off right away, but it works. There are tons of other ones included. Let me just show you. Here's the grocery deals list. I'll leave this linked below because there are so many different deals going on right now. But this deal, I'm going to come back to that one. Okay, this deal is when you save $15 when you spend $50. You can use the code STOCKUPANDSAVE, but I will leave a link directly to this page too. There are so many different toilet papers and school supplies and tissues, batteries, laundry detergent, trash bags, so many different things that you might want to take advantage of it too. The Bounty paper towels, so many different things. But here's the other deal I got because we were baking cookies, and Reese's chips are so expensive. They're $3.12 right now at Walmart for a little bag. And then I found this on Amazon, $14.95 for 5 pounds. That's 19 cents an ounce. At Walmart, it's 32 cents an ounce. So you better believe I grabbed a bag of those as well. It's on the grocery deal. Both of these things are going to be added to the total, even though they won't be arriving till tomorrow. All right, as you can see, very eclectic, lots of different stores, Garden, Kroger, all over, all the different deals, Amazon. I will always link that Amazon list in every grocery haul because I am trying to update it as I find the deals. I went ahead and showed you that toilet paper and the Reese's because I just don't know how long that deal is going to go on. So even though the products I don't have on hand yet, I wanted you to see those deals so you can grab them too. Now there are some other deals going on at Kroger, so let's take a look at that ad quick. These are the Kroger deals going on through August 5th. Yes, it's almost August. So our store had the buy one, get one free Tyson chicken. It was the full line of thighs, breasts. The larger breasts, the family pack like I did, are cheaper than the smaller ones. But at our store, all of the chicken was on sale. We had grapes for $1.99. They are running a 2-day sale on Saturday and Sunday. We have corn for 25 cents. It is a limit 8, which is interesting. And then we have the frozen chicken wings, $6.99. Jack's Pizza, $2 each, limit 10 packages, which my boys like that for a quick snack, and that is cheap there. And then some beer on sale for $18.99. Then the other deals we have going on, we've got some pork at $2.99 right there. Peppers, 99 cents each. And then, like I said, our milk was $1.99. Chips with back to school, 4 for $10. Muffins, $1.99, crackers, and these are the larger potato chips are $2.49 there. And then the weekly deals, clip the digital coupon. We've got the ground beef, $3.99. It will run up for $11.97 for 3 pounds there, and it's 80% lean. We've got peaches or nectarines, $1.29. The quilted northern, $5.99. Ice creams, Ben & Jerry's or Breyers, $2.99. Bare Naked granola and the large boxes of Kellogg's, $2.49. And pop is $9.99. You can get double fuel points if you're shopping the sale. Make sure, especially on Saturday and Sunday, you clip that digital coupon. All right, and then again, they've been highlighting the lower price items. If you haven't noticed, those shelf tags are a lot lower there. They're marked in that white and they look like this with price drop. And so they're kind of pointing those things out. But we're going to flip and look at a couple of the other deals that are going on this week here. You can just see a couple other things. Again, I didn't find them hugely marked down. There's that 2 for $5 on apple juice, but I can get it cheaper. The berries at $4.99 for 2 pounds is an okay price. Cherries went back up to $3.99 this week, so they are cheaper at Sam's, which is why I bought them there. We've got a couple more of the grocery ones. This is a good deal on the buy one, get one free Arm & Hammer if you want to stock up on any of those there. And the bottles of pop at $3.99 are a decent price. Here's that Save More with the digital coupons here. And they have this right now, which will take you to the coupons here if you want to use that QR code in the ad. But I just kind of look. There's the Kroy, some of the Smart Ones meals at $1.89. There are some different things. You can see all of the coupons in the app if you want to look at those. But you notice, like I said, that tissue box wasn't in here. It is one of the deals I wanted you to see. Just make sure you clip the coupon. Okay, so let's talk prices here and what I've done. My handy scratch paper with all my notes. So on vacation, we did those reunions starting out with college friends and Andy's family. So we all took turns cooking, and like there were snacks and different things, you know, and desserts. I had brought some of our food with us, but we were shopping at a Walmart. I did a Walmart pickup before I went to each location, and we spent $164.69 cooking for 16 people at the one and 25 at the other. So feel great with that. And then let's see, applesauce pouches, those clearance ones were $13.20. The applesauce cups at Amazon, $10.94. Seriously, such a good deal. That's going to be my go-to place to buy those because, yes, I could pack applesauce. I know it's cheaper to do it in individual cups, but I have 4 kids. It's quick. It's easy. This is kind of the one convenience thing, and it's a lot of times their standard fruit they like to take in their school lunches. So I just look for the best deals on applesauce cups, and that's why I'm stocking up right now because it's almost back to school time. Sam's was $95.90. The apples at Kroger, the 10 pounds of apples, were $10. Walmart, $32.71. The pop there and the whipped topping, $7.57. This Kroger trip for everything here with all of that chicken, not counting the tissues, which I'm going to return now that I've shown you, was $89.72. The Amazon toilet paper for 64 rolls, I paid $49.88. So that was subscribing and saving, plus I had an additional 15% off when I subscribed and saved. Plus, when I did it on my desktop, it showed right before I checked out, it said, congrats, you are earning a $15 credit. I couldn't see that on my phone, but when I did it on the desktop, it made sure that I was going to get it. So if you're going to take advantage of that deal, I would recommend doing it on your desktop just to make sure it will qualify. So I'm paying out of pocket $49.88. Oh, that's the stove going already. Sorry for the chicken. I'm going to start prepping. Where was I? Okay, toilet paper and that deal. Just do it on the desktop. I will leave links again to those below so you can check it out. Reese's, $14.95 for the 5 pounds of Reese's. You might not use as many of those, but if you bake at all and want to take advantage of that deal, it's on the grocery list, which are linked below. All right, so all those things total up to $489.56, which I basically spent all of that this week because I had come in with the $165 spent. Empty fridge, started shopping, doing all the things. I could have stocked up a little bit more, but we're eating from the freezer. We're kind of using what we have. So it's just been good to kind of slowly pick up some of those deals again. Like I said, the Kroger deals, thankfully they had the chicken because that is an amazing deal, $2.25 for chicken, a pound. So that will all get prepped and that will help me with that. Kids and I are starting baking. We have about 2 weeks left until school starts. We'll talk more about that in another video because right now there's a lot to talk about, but we'll just talk about groceries for now. So I hope you guys had a great July, whether you were traveling or at home. I am excited to be back on grocery hauls. So this is what I bought this week and this month. You've seen it all right here. And let me know if there's anything I missed or other deals that you've been finding lately or things you want to talk about grocery saving wise as we go forward, hitting the school year and all the things. Thanks so much for joining me. It's great to be back and I will see you again very soon.